It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Yeah, truth, justice, understanding, that American way thing. You know, that's what Ayn Rand was really emphasizing. You know, she came from Russia. You know, she saw the beginnings of the collectivism and where it went and why, and it was all about looking into the future and knowing what's going to happen. It's really no more complicated than that. So, you know, go ahead and turn that screen around. So what happens is we wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to share with everybody in Phoenix the excitement that we could put around this thing. We knew that if we had an opportunity to promote the movie, that we'd sell it out. You know, 1 theater, 2 theaters, 2 showings, 2 days, 3 days. What does it take? We need to get it in Phoenix. We're not in Phoenix. It's not in Phoenix. Why is it not in Phoenix? So I'm going, you know, what can we do to get it? So we contacted a lot of people. We did everything we could to make sure that we had them understanding that there was a support for this movie and it would be a benefit to be here. This is where the revolution started. We had activists that were able and willing to promote it, to distribute things, to make sure that it was a success here, to set a really good example for us doing this in the future, extending it to get it, you know, more days to play. So I'm going, yeah, that's good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is walk you through the difficulty that we had and how you can help. The first thing is I got the impression that they really were looking for this to be picked up by Hollywood. They wanted this to be, you know, taken over. So they wanted this to be done for them. So we go, all right, we'll go ahead and do a lot of the promotion. We'll pick a theater that's right by Arizona State University. It is almost on campus. I mean, you hit a golf shot, you're on campus. And it's on Mill Avenue where now we did this before during the Freedom Summit of '09. We showed the movie For Liberty, the Ron Paul documentary. So we're familiar with the people, we're working with them and so on. Now, they were saying, look, we need to still have permission. We need to get a print of the movie. We need to have permission from them and, you know, whatever releases there is, you know, fine. We got to get them in contact, deal with. Here's the people, got everybody all talking back and forth. We're going to do this. We need to. Now, one of the guys, the producer of the movie is like, well, yeah, we're not interested unless you get 1,500 seats. All right, done. Now what? You know, where's the guy? Let's go. Let's rock and roll, man. You know, at least finally we know who to talk to. So we're emailing back and forth while he's getting on and off planes and all this kind of stuff. Finally, it gets to where the people that were making the decision at the Harkins Theater had agreed that 2 weeks from the 15th, they were going to go ahead and do a release here in Phoenix of it based on the interest and the ticket sales on the 15th. So they're going to go 2 weeks later and go ahead and say, all right, we're going to go ahead and release it in Phoenix after the initial release 2 weeks earlier. So we go, you know, if we have one showing, we show a big, we sell this thing out tomorrow, we're going, yeah, done. So what happens, they start talking, they start getting, part of the negotiation, I have no idea. We were willing to purchase all the seats, take out the theater to get this thing out. That enthusiasm, and along with a little bit of whatever, just, you know, Bic lighters on the rear ends and so on, boom, I just got an email this morning. We sent out a special edition of Freedom's Phoenix email dispatch letting everybody know that here in Phoenix, it is coming and they're going to do it over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it looks like. The tickets do not go on sale until tomorrow, and you can only get them at the theater. You can't do it online. So what all of you in Phoenix are listening to the show that want to go to the Phoenix showing, you have instructions on Freedom's Phoenix right now at the top. You go there and you can do contributions to Freedom's Phoenix, whatever, to cover our costs, because what we're going to do is tomorrow morning, if you can't make it, got to work and so on, we're going to go purchase as many tickets as we need to make sure that everybody that wants to go, that listens to this show and reads Freedom's Phoenix, can get in and they're not missing out. So tomorrow we go down and we purchase as many as whatever you made contributions to us. You got your name in there and so on. We know who you are. And we'll go ahead and get the tickets for you. Or you can risk it. I wouldn't do that. It's right next to Arizona State University. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do is get that. But you can go ahead and go down yourself. You got to go down to Mill Avenue, north of Arizona State University there at the Valley Art Theater, Harkins Theaters, and purchase the tickets that go on sale tomorrow. All the information we got up. Now, the promotion for this. We have a lot of contacts that we don't always make use of all of what we can do. We are really more national, international in our scope and how many minds can we free. That's why we're focusing on things like, you know, the Middle East. Sending out, you're having Haria Phoenix, which is Freedom's Phoenix in Arabic. We have all the people that we have on are more than just learning from their perspective what's going on. There are conduits. Every day we have somebody from the Middle East if we can get it. We are sending them, Sierra sends them the full packet of all the artwork and the graphics and the information and the philosophy of liberty in Arabic and Farsi and all this in Turkish and sending it to these people, and they are starting to feed it out. Now we see who registers as following us on Twitter, on our Arabic version of Twitter, Haria Phoenix Twitter, on our Arabic version on Facebook. We see the spike. Our traffic has gone up in the last couple of weeks over 20-30%. Now, it doesn't register on our rankings here in the U.S., Alexa, because, I don't know, they don't track these people from out, but we see it. On our stat counters and so on, the bottom of the front page and Freedom's Phoenix, bottom left, you'll see, you can just click on it, you can see, and you can go look and see where it come from. We make that available for anybody to go look, knock yourself out. Look at the maps, where they're coming from, what sites in it, and I'm telling you, the Middle East is just boiling up with this exact message. Do you own yourself? Either you do or you don't. And they've never even been asked the question. It never even occurred to them to even have an answer for if somebody would ask them that question. Now, they want to be left alone, or I want to be able to believe this and you not interfere with that, or I answer to this higher authority and not that one. And but the fact that they could be their own supreme, that they are in charge of themselves, just that question. Now, we take it for granted. A lot of people, but think about it. A lot of people listen to this show. A lot of people read Freedom's Phoenix. A lot of people that were involved in Levolution over the past 4 years. Remember when you were first exposed to the concept of self-ownership? That was, the basis under which, that was the promise that governments always make, is that they're going to protect your right to make your own decisions for yourself. It's always the promise. They always break the promise. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this movie to promote this right at a time that it needs to be promoted. I was amazed that, we lasted this long. Timing, it's a divine thing. I mean, I wouldn't give, credit to that, but, it's just like right when you need it the most, this stuff happens, and we're going to take advantage of it. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we come back.